Hi, this presentation is about how great leaders inspire action. We're going to be exploring three key topics today, and they are the Golden Circle, 3 factors to inspiring leadership, and strategies for university students to build leadership skills. Simon Sinek's presentation, How Great Leaders Inspire Action, explores this theory of a three-tiered order of thinking and communicating, explained as the Golden Circle. This is what Sinek believes to be the reason behind why great leaders are able to inspire others so effectively compared to the average person. This theory's levels are explained as what, how, and why. These levels are organized in an increasing ability to inspire and influence a person. The theory states that everyone knows what they do, whether that's a plan or a product. Some know how they do it, but a very limited amount of people can state why they do it. And it is this higher order thinking that makes a great leader, someone who can inspire. The way this is achieved is to appeal to a person's beliefs rather than their logic, as this has a greater effect on a person's decision-making habits. It also allows people, in following this leader's beliefs, to express who they are as a person. Though the emphasis of this theory is that people buy why you do the things you do, not what you do, this does not overlook the fact that the tangible products or ideas will obviously have bearing. On the contrary to what Sinek states, that the limbic brain is controlled solely by emotion and is responsible for all decision making, it has been observed that the developed Homo sapien brain has a much greater capacity to convert logical messages from the neocortex that respond to what level mentioned in the theory, that responds to the what level mentioned in the theory, to the limbic brain, to have a higher influence on the decisions we make. Thus, taking away from Sinek's theory that we buy why people do what they do, not what they do. As discussed, there's a pattern. All the great inspiring leaders and organizations in the world, they all think, act, and communicate in the exact same way. A key factor which creates inspiring leadership is known as a leader that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. As Simon Sinek discussed in his TED Talk, the goal is to do business with people who believe what you believe, not just to hire people who need a job. It's to hire people to believe what you believe. As people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. If you talk about what you believe, you will attract those who believe what you believe. In order to inspire people, a leader must establish clarity about goals and direction, and then create an atmosphere of trust, respect, and security that is necessary to help people achieve these goals. In doing so, you'll have an organization which believes what you believe and passionate workers who will work towards that belief, not for the money, but because they believe it too. This is outlined through the first stage of exemplary leadership approach, Model the Way. This stage states that credibility is the foundation of leadership. If people don't believe in the messenger, they won't believe the message. As Simon Sinek discussed in his TED Talk, How Great Leaders Inspire Action, leaders hold a position of authority, whereas those who lead inspire. Leading to individuals following those who lead not because they have to, but because they want to, reiterating the fact that behavior of leaders is influential. This is also explored through Samuel Pierpont Langley and the Wright brothers. And back in the early 20th century, the pursuit of powered man flight was dreamt of. Everybody was trying it. And Samuel Pierpont Langley had what we assume to be the recipe for success. As Sinek discussed, even now you ask people, why did your product or why did your company fail? And people always give you the same 3 reasons. Undercapitalized, the wrong people, bad market conditions. It's always the same 3. However, Samuel Pierpont Langley was given $50,000 by the War Department to figure out this flying machine. Money was no problem. He held a seat at Harvard and worked at the Smithsonian and was extremely well connected. He knew all the big minds of the day. He hired the best minds money could find, and the New York Times followed him around everywhere, and everyone was rooting for Langley. Then how come no one has heard of Samuel Pierpont Langley? A few hundred miles away in Dayton, Ohio, Orville, and Wilbur Wright, they had none of what we consider to be the recipe for success. They had no money, they paid for their dream with the proceeds from the bicycle shop.
created using Powtoon.